Okay, so day 6, or yeah, 6 of Kaijufest, man. It's already been going for quite some time. And oh yeah, different spot this time. But I watched Mothra vs. Godzilla for today. And you know what? I want to say it holds up, but it is actually really slow in the beginning. Now, if you don't know the story of Mothra Godzilla, let me just go real quick. I'll try to do it as fast as I can without being like way too spoilery, if that's even a word. But Mothra vs. Godzilla, basically you have an egg that's been found by a bunch of people. Again, news reporters. It always seems like news reporters are the people that come out and find everything that goes on with Godzilla in the beginning of these films. But in general, you know, they find that news reporters also find something that they don't know quite what it is, but spoiler alert, it's a piece of Godzilla, or something related to it. And so somebody buys the giant egg, and it turns out to be Mothra's egg. And the guy bought it, he spent something like 1.5 million yen on it, and they're going to build a theme park around it, and they're basically going to exploit the fact that there's this giant egg and everybody's really interested in it. So there's a subplot of like two guys trying to make money off of it. What they do is really unimportant because they really only last about half the film anyway until both of them are killed. One kills the other and the other one dies when Godzilla finally shows up. And you basically, you know, have Mothra coming in to protect everybody. They're real reluctant because they weren't willing to give back the egg. Then that's Mothra's like legacy living on because Mothra is dying. And so Mothra comes in as the Moth to fight Godzilla when he just randomly shows up. It literally is like Godzilla, the reason that he even shows up is one, to fight Mothra, and that's about it. But they're like, oh, we found that piece of yours and it's radioactive. And then they go to where they found it because there's a bunch of typhoons happening in the beginning of the movie. And then all of a sudden it's like, what? Like, here's Godzilla, like his tail pops out of the ground, and then Godzilla fucking going after everyone and destroying everything. And so it's up to Mothra to stop it. But Mothra dies halfway through, and then the Japanese government goes and tries to again stop Godzilla where it really can't. It almost does. It does a really good job of like electrocuting the shit out of him, but he uses a radioactive breath to get away. And ultimately, the egg does hatch, and there's two like mini Mothras in their larval stages, right? And they both fight Godzilla using a really, it's a really awesome cover system. But basically that's what they did. And they shoot their silk spray at him, and then they wrap him up, he falls in the ocean, and that's basically it. They leave. So the Mothra versus Godzilla portions are excellent. Again, this is going to be a running theme with a lot of the Godzilla films, is that the human portions are not what you're there to see, but there's just so much story spent around these humans that it's like, okay. And again, we need another frickin' like reporter finding out. It seems like every fucking kaiju movie I've seen so far, maybe with the exception of Rodan, I think, has Godzilla basically, or these kaijus, found by a goddamn reporter. Why? Why is that the way that it is for every film? And, you know, again, there's also a lot of the sign of the times type things where the men don't really respect the women and all that other stuff. And you get past it, you know, it's because it's, you know, this one's what, 1962? I want to say in 1964. And there are actually two movies during this year. And this actually comes before it. The only reason that in my library it comes up because M comes after G. So, speaking of which, that's going to be the next film that we're going to focus on. And that actually brings, you know, more people to the frame, I believe. Now, it could be this one, it could be the next one. But this is Ghidorah, I think, for the next one. And then you have the three-headed monster, Ghidorah, which I think they kind of run those in between, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, totally sorry. But I know that Mothra and Rodan is involved in one of them. And hopefully we're going to get that culmination pretty soon. But it'll be interesting to see. So that's it for day 6. Oh, review. Score on this one. I give it a 3 out of 5 Mothra Silken Sprays. I mean, again, it's good. I love the little girls with their little singing. I feel like my dad's friend from back in the day. But it's actually great. It's like one of the highlights of the film. When you hear them go, Mothra, well, it's Masura, yeah, Masura, yeah. Like, you get that. It's pretty fun. But overall, you know, I'd say it's just mediocre. It's slow in the beginning. It's great when they fight. It's a little slow when the larvas come and how they take down Godzilla. and the fact that Godzilla can miraculously aim well when he can't see shit out of his eyes. Oh, also, I think this is the newest Godzilla suit that they're using. It's not the same one from King Kong vs. Godzilla or the original Godzilla and Godzilla Raids Again. This is the start of using this new Godzilla suit, which looks great. And Mothra looks great too. I love all the kaiju. They always look fantastic. So look forward to day 7 tomorrow. Yes, it is Sunday. Yes, it is football Sunday. But we'll still make sure we get this Godzilla in. So till next time, see you later.